Good morning, everyone. It's good to be here, and it's good that we've woken up. There are so many people who didn't wake up today, but we are so privileged that God allowed us to wake up. It's a Tuesday, and I'm here with the first free mentorship academy this year, and I welcome you to our very, very first Tuesday call in 2026. Our calls are all about mindset change process. Why mindset change process? This is where we are learning how to be effective, how to be efficient, how to manage our personal time, how to prepare for succession, and how to also prepare for retirement, preparedness, or transitioning from what we're doing now to what we're doing in the future when life happens. And also, we speak about internal and external customer service. Everything that we do is dependent on our customer service for people to see our products and services. So we are glad that you've joined us today. My name is Dr. Sylvia B Mwansa, or simply Sunshine. I'm a personal and institution development consultant. I'm a master coach in mindset change, and I'm also big on customer service and making people feel good. I just want you to know that there's enough for everyone. That has been my theme for a long time, because sometimes people think, oh, somebody's doing what I'm doing, somebody's doing what, but there is enough for everyone. There is enough for everyone that we're able to do things so that we can be able to just manage that space where we are in, and we just make sure that what we are doing to the best of our ability and for our mission and purpose to be able to be materialized. So this is why we come. This is why God has allowed me to actually share this 30 minutes every single Tuesday for the last 5 years and counting. You can imagine being consistent. This is something else. We have actually burst the word consistent, because we have been here 5 years and still counting every Tuesday. We only break for Christmas and after Christmas, the festive season, so we can strategize, we can come back with a bang, and here we are. This is our very, very first Tuesday in 2026. So today's conversation is very close to my heart. It is one that sometimes frustrates me, but not because I do not believe in people, but because I have seen what works and what does not. And all the time when I'm thinking about mindset change, and I'm saying, wow, why doesn't change happen? And yet so many people are talking about it. So many people are there making sure that, we do something. But there's just this big thing where people think it's not on my space, but our country must change. Africans must change. And especially on time management. Oh, we are so bad. But for me, every day I go towards the change that I want, and I also encourage other people to be able to go out there and do exactly what they want. So for years, we have heard the call to change mindset. Everywhere we have gone, everywhere we have pitched, everywhere where we say, would you like to do this? Look at our program. It is like this. Everybody loves it. There is nowhere where we've gone and people don't say, we need to do this. We need to do this. But, people do not take action. It just remains on that lip of saying they want to do something. And this is why it is a problem for a lot of people to change. So everywhere we've gone, be it in the boardrooms, be it in institutions, from leaders, both political and civil service, private sector, board and general membership, even from the highest office of the land, the president has echoed that we need to change mindset. And the last time that he called me from the when he was passing, and I was just standing out there representing Zaki, and he recognized me by the entrance there, and he called me through, and we shook hands. One of these days I will be able to share that picture. It was so awesome. He called me and said, "Oh, you're here, Mrs. Mwansa. I was just speaking to your husband out there. He's also in the room. Also, you participate in this net?" "Yes, Your Excellency, I'm here every day talking about mindset change." I said, "That is very important." And for me, that was really, really, a big, pat on the back. And I said, "Oh, okay. So it is indeed something that we must talk about and something that we must engage in. Let us change our mindset." But here is the uncomfortable truth I want to face today or share with you today. Most people want everyone else to change, but not themselves. They want stuff to change. They want systems to change. They want culture to change. But when it comes to leadership, to boards, to EXCO is executive committees in institutions, the mindset change is quietly pushed downwards. They say, "Okay, go and, we want to hire you so that we can be able to change. Our people need to change. They need to change." And yet, that is exactly where, change must begin. The change must begin at the top. If the top only expects things to happen, on the ground, and then the people out there are not, the leaders are not changing, then change becomes very, very slow, and it's just something that is talk show. So what I have personally observed, let me speak from experience. I have worked with institutions that said, "We want mindset change." But when it came to commitment from the top, the response was, "This is not for us. For us, we're okay. It is the general staff." And I have watched what happens next. Execution struggles, agency disappears, follow through becomes weak, and supervision becomes frustrating. Even those people that are able to, to supervise, they can't just supervise those, people. They just, feel like, they are not good enough to, to make those things happen. So there's also now, people get frustrated. There's blame, increases. Who is to blame? Is it this department? Is this department? Or that department made us fail? Or this department is not what they're supposed to be doing? And so results stagnate. Fear in the organization and productivity surfaces. Everyone doesn't want to say anything. And as a result, if you can't say something, you can't do, many things because you are afraid of, someone not, you're not meeting halfway. So then I've also seen the opposite. Institution that said, "Let us begin with top leadership. Let us begin with EXCO." And for this, I would like to give kudos to the Ministry of Labor. When we pitched to EXCO, this is why, in fact, one of the reasons why I was really motivated with my team to put up this this topic of the opener, because the moment you start with top leadership, they do understand what it is that they're supposed to be doing and how they're going to do it. So when we pitched to to the PS and his team, the PS was so ready. He says, "Oh, I was just about to buy exercise books for my team. Now you've brought this success planner. So we are going to be entering the thing that, yes, appears. You are going to enter the imperative action steps. You are going to enter the important action steps. These important action steps are the things that you've planned for the year. And the imperative action steps are those things that you are going to do today. And also you recognize who in the departments that are connected to your office that you are going to work with today. Who are these individuals that you are going to work with today? And when are you going to do this? So there's time when you're going to, okay, at 8, we are going to do this. At 9, we're going to do this. At, so the whole day you plan so that you can manage your time and you can be able to tick at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, there's a space for you to put what have you accomplished today? And so he just picked it up and said, okay, let's start with the exco. So we did exco, then we started to do departments, and you could see his pride when he, in fact, is our biggest cheerleader, because he talks about, this a mindset change as a true, inspiration. He is true with it, and he makes sure that whatever he's talking about, whatever we're talking about, we are able to manage, all those things. So when the exco buys in, something shifts, not because people suddenly become perfect, but because leadership understood the process, believed change was possible, and pulled from the same hymn sheet. If you are not singing from the same hymn sheet, it's like the five love languages. If you are not speaking the same love language to your spouse, someone is speaking French, you are speaking English, you're not going to understand yourself. So when you're speaking from the same hymn sheet, change happens, and that alignment changes everything. Why change must start at the top? Change must start. I want those that are listening to just type, change must start at the top. Change must start at the top. Because when change starts at the top, you are able to visualize and you're able to manage, the things that are there in all our areas of life. So here is the truth many do not want to hear. You cannot supervise what you do not understand yourself. You cannot supervise the things that you haven't, workshopped to the people, or you have told them that this is our vision, this is what we want to do. I need your support. If it's not coming from that level, then it's a challenge, to supervise those people. And you don't expect success first or go into understand so that you can hold everyone accountable. You have to hold everyone accountable when you're able to, to manage. You cannot demand agency when you are not aligned. You cannot enforce accountability when mindset is fragmented. From the top to what it means is, and what I've heard or what I've experienced is this: us and them, us and them. Us meaning the general staff, and them being the senior management staff. So there's this tug of war every day that you're only expecting some things to happen, and then there is nothing that is happening at the top. So when there is us and them, you lose accountability. So this is why when boards and EXCO are not aligned, decisions conflict, priorities shift constantly, and you will say today you say this, tomorrow you say this, you don't follow even your own program because priorities are shifting, all the time. Teams become confused and fear creeps in. Middle management is squeezed in a tight corner where they just speak. Even they are so suspicious of each other that maybe you are the one, you are this one. So there is no proper conversation apart from just the fear that is, you can actually feel and observe. Staff is disengaged quietly they disengage, and they just there saying, okay, they will tell us. They stop functioning with, with good mental alignment. They start now just waiting for instructions. So if there's no instruction, or if there's no one who is coming in their face, they just don't do it. They just don't do it. And you know who suffers? It is the client. So do you want the clients to be suffering in your own spare time? Do you want to make sure that whatever it is that you're doing, you are doing it to the best of your ability? Then once it's like that, then you know that you are able to manage, the things that are there for everyone to actually be able to see what it is that you are doing. So mindset change is not motivation. It is not inspiration. It is not training. It is leadership readiness for change. And readiness must start where leadership responsibility sits. And it sits at the top. It sits at the very top. And this is why here we are saying, we're encouraging that leadership or mindset change should start at the top. And this is why today, as I'm here, very excited about the things that are on the way coming. I would like to introduce to you to the opener to mindset change process. This is why, as we step into 2026, the year of action that we have called it at SBM Training and Consulting Institute, it is calling boards and exco teams to something very specific: the opener to mindset change process. This is not a training program. It is a half-day leadership alignment intervention, because we know what you have prepared. We know what it is that you want and how you want it. The opener exists for one reason, and this reason is to help leadership name their real issues, align mindsets at the top, and prepare for coherent action and governance. To help leadership name real issues. A lot of times in institutions, we are not naming the real issues. We are not naming those real issues. So this opener, it helps leaders pause and ask, what mindset are we actually operating from? What mindset are we operating from? Where is resistance really coming from? Because sometimes, you've got all the resources, you've got, all the stuff that is you need, but things are just not happening. Why? Is there resistance? Where is this resistance coming from? Are we aligned as leaders or just holding titles? A lot of leaders, they want those titles, but they don't want to be accountable to what that title means in the organization. What challenges are we avoiding naming? And this is, who is the elephant in the room? We have to make sure that we are talking about the elephant in the room. Who is this? Who is causing tension? Who is causing the fear? What can we do? Because unspoken issues silently sabotage execution. Silently sabotage execution. And this is what the opener actually does. Let me be clear about what this intervention does. The opener to mindset change process. What it does, it aligns positive mindset at board and exco level. It enables clarity in decision making. It strengthens supervision and governance. It builds agency and follow through. It prepares leaders for succession, because a lot of times I have observed, that succession is alien. People don't want to speak about succession. They don't want anyone who comes in the organization, they're scared of losing their job. They're scared this one is going to take over, my job. But succession is real. Things must happen. So transition also is real. You have to transition. As you grow, as you age, you definitely have to transition from the things that you were able to do to the things that now demands you to be able to do. This is really, really something that we must be able to undertake and be able to share that it is that we are doing. Someone on the chat, Sandra is asking, is the session starting? I think maybe it started 2 minutes late. We were just, setting up. So this is what the opener does. And I'm so glad that you actually, Virginia, observed that, because we want to start on time. Every day we start at 8. 10 to 8, we are here starting the program, because we want to be on time. We want to be consistent. But sometimes just technical issues just come up. But we are here to make sure that we obey time. The last 5 years we have been here, and I am so proud of the team that are here from Monday to Friday. So what am I saying? I am saying the opener to mindset change process aligns positive mindset. And these are the mindsets that we keep on building with our teams, exco boards, and just senior management, so that the people at the bottom can be able to align themselves. And I also had one very pleasant comment from one of the directors where I had been training, where he says, when the top is aligned, there is nowhere where he's been or where we've been where people do not obey instructions from the top. There's nowhere, because people are employed and they get instructions, and every day they are able to be aligned. So once alignment is at the top, the supervisors are aligned, the line managers are aligned, then whoever is under them, they're able to be supervised and they're able to get to what it is that they must be able to do. So these are some of the areas where we really must be able to check ourselves and be able to manage those small places that we are able to undertake, and we are able to manage, so that whatever it is that we're doing, we are doing to the best of our ability. So in the process, we actually engage in self-reflection, where we actually, who am I? What am I doing? How am I going to do things? What am I doing today? And what will I be doing tomorrow? So self-reflection is you not just looking at yourself in the mirror and says, you're looking nice, but who are you really? And you name the things that you're good at, you name the things that you'd like to change, you name the things where you want, where you want to be. And that is where we actually derive your name. That can carry you going forward, and it can carry you in a lot of places, and it can be able to just mention, to yourself that this is who, and that name that we create out of you naming yourself and out of you saying this is who you are, we find a name that actually speaks to you, and it will make you uncomfortable to do not what you want to do. So it makes you run and be able to do the things that you want on a daily basis, like sunshine. For me, every day is a sunshine day. It doesn't matter what it is, and I have to speak out and say, what is making me sad is 1, 2, 3, so that I take it out of my mind and I concentrate on the things that I am doing. So it also, the process engages also in understanding adult learning and why there's resistance to change. Because the moment you do that, you're able to take it forward and say, this is what it is that we do. We understand the challenges that you're facing and why there's resistance. We also engage in examining organization challenges honestly. What are the challenges that you're facing in an organization? And actually, this exposes those things that probably you never knew. It exposes, because you say, what are the challenges that you're facing in an organization? And also you yourselves, what are the possible solutions that you can make so that you can get out of those challenges? It also examines organizational challenges, honestly, using the wheel of life to align the activities that you need so that you can be able to mend. The wheel of life, when you plot it, you will be able to see where is my wheel as a depression or a puncture, so that you can either pump it or reduce it so that the wheel can drive smoother. We are not saying you balance it, because nowadays it is so challenging to balance, but as you are aware, you can actually, create time so that at the end of the day, you'll be able to honestly put an activity that is going to take you to that place. It also helps us to understand the change cave for transition and succession. A lot of times, in the change cave, we are stuck on the blame game. But this process, the opener will actually share with you how you can move to integration in the change from sudden awareness to integration, or you die if you don't obey the change cave. So we also, it also aligns, it engages in setting smarter goals for action. Smarter goals, we look at them because they're very, very different from the SMART goals, because we align them so that it can give, the answers that we want to get. Also, this is where leadership stops speaking about change and starts owning the change. Leadership stops speaking about change and starts to align themselves to owning that change that we need to have. And these are some of the things that really, even when we want to manage, when we want to manage some things, we really manage them according to the way we feel and the way we want to act and react in all the areas of life. We want these things to happen. We want them to make the change happen. So why this is not training? I just want to assure the leadership out there why this is not training. And let me emphasize this strongly. This is not training. Training adds knowledge. The opener builds readiness to execute regardless of circumstances. The opener to mindset change process builds readiness to execute regardless of circumstances. When leadership is aligned, teams move together. When leadership is confused, teams scatter. After the opener, institutions are ready for progress, alignment, courses, then everyone has got an open mind. So all those things that you want, that you have identified, then there are these courses that we have aligned. It's now the time that you can put your staff or whoever it is that you want to, to align, whether it's families, whether it's your, at workplace, whatever it is my process mindset change, which runs for 3 days. Employee development runs for 2 days. Effective supervision for 2 days. Communication and coaching is 2 days. Problem solving is 3 days. Why 3 days? Because of case studies that we put across so that all those problems that you have can be able to be identified and resolved. So problem solving is very big because problem solving also encompasses the customers, what you need to prepare before you go there, how you solve problems, how you follow up. So there's so much that is there that we need to do. And then we've got customer service excellence for 2 days, and it depends on the organization. If it's in tourism sector, tourism and hospitality, customer service excellence is a daily living. You have to live it. If it's just for, for the banks, it's customer in the bank. So we've got several categories. Customer service for excellence for banks, for hospitality, for, for every area, for civil service, every area, whoever we want to, to engage in. And after we have studied their needs, then we tweet the course towards them. In fact, all these courses we do needs assessment so that we know that your money is going to that specific thing which is now going to be dealt with. So we also have Teveta short programs. These are computer skills. We have seen that many do not know how to use computers effectively. Even the phone now is a computer because people now work on the phone. There's so many things that you can do on the phone. But if you just want to have the phone and speak on it, send messages, because the phone has just become such a real computer thing. Like for me, maybe just even like a normal text message is not for me. The normal text message, I don't see them unless it's money coming. But the WhatsApp, all these things that that we use, because you can see that someone has read, and please don't put so that nobody knows if you have read or you haven't read. Actually, it just subtracts from your creativity and from your own personal image. Why do you want to hide that somebody has not read your message, somebody has read it? Because there's something that you are hiding. This program also teaches you how to use, the phone, or how to position yourself that you can be able to say, to answer anything. You don't have to run. You don't have to exit, as if, people are chasing you, then you just exit the group. There are rules to all these things when you come to our courses. And then we also have general hospitality, cosmetology, fashion and fabric design technology, and the big one, recognition of prior learning. We have especially in the tourism and hospitality sector, we've seen that a lot of people need, to be certified. They are so skilled in what they do, but they actually don't have, things that to show a certificate to show that they are skilled. So we do these RPLs, so to help you as an individual who is working, who is skilled in one area, so that we are able to open you up to the bigger things, that you can be able to say, I am a chef, I am in housekeeping, I'm certified to be in housekeeping, I'm certified to be in food and beverage, I'm certified. Because every time that we have seen, especially in hospitality sector, we have seen that people are so skilled, but they do not have backup, and they are working as casuals. So however, without the opener, these programs struggle to land. So once the institution who wants to send these people on these courses, they've done the opener, then these programs will not struggle. So as we close, I want to end with this. You cannot supervise what many of the team members do not understand. You cannot demand results without shared clarity. You cannot lead people where you yourself have not gone. If 2026 is truly our year of action, then let action begin at the top, from the boards, from EXCO, from CEOs, senior leaders. This is the place to start. The opener is the place for you to start, because when leadership moves together, the organization wins together. Thank you so much for opening. Thank you so much for being with us in the opening, joining our call. I trust that something has opened today for you, and we look forward to engaging you. Get in touch with us to start the opener. We are here to just make sure that whatever it is that you would like to do or to see, we start with opening the minds of those in leadership, so that they can be able to deal with everything else that follow. So thank you so much. Get in touch, and we'll be here. You can inbox, you can DM those that are watching us from LinkedIn, those ones that are watching us from Facebook and YouTube. You can inbox, and we'll be able to socialize with you and take you forward, starting with the Opener to Mindset Change program. Thank you so much, and stay blessed. Look forward to Wednesday. Thank you.